ranger, where experience and uncertainty is a way of life.
So I'm just going to be heading up in this direction. I want to see if I can hit up this camp, walk all the way through here, see what we can pick up. I know we got some moose along the way. So this should be a very interesting hunt. One thing I wanted to do is that I wanted to not use any collars going forward. I want to kind of try and see how that feels. Trying to add a bit more realism to my hunt here, a bit more challenge, because we're going to be doing herd management, but a bit more passively. It won't be the main focus, but we definitely want to hunt in a way that we're trying to at least get some trophies, or have potential trophies. Still doing our tracking, still doing our documentation of all the animals that we shoot, so that we can have some kind of idea as to if we're improving the genetics overall. But we're taking our time, we're doing our nice slow immersive hunts. Making sure we're having, fun along the way. So right now, this is my inventory. So basically, I'm just going to be carrying 2 weapons and my binoculars. I'm going to simplify my hunts. Won't be carrying a whole bunch of stuff anymore. We're going to be packing light. Maybe eventually I'll just go down to just 1 weapon. Because really, I don't need to carry 2 weapons. It's not necessary. Unless it's like a bow or a crossbow to kind of give me a different, to add some spice to my hunt or use something different. Beyond that, the 7mm is pretty much all I need. Every so often I'll be changing that up, maybe, see how I feel. But that is my go-to gun, and I don't really have a desire to use any other gun. So I heard an animal just up ahead here. Not sure what it is. I'm hoping it's a moose or something. So because we're not going to be using any collars, this will be a very, very more engaging hunt, because what I would do before is that even if I couldn't see an animal, I would sort of use the collar to kind of lure them out. Now that won't be an option, so we really have to get eyes on them, no matter what. So I'm hearing an animal, but I think that's more to our left. It's not where we want to go. But I could have sworn I heard something just in front of us. So we're just going to get over this ridge and kind of see what we can get a glance of. That sounds like some elk and some caribou. Let's check my wind. Yeah, it's not the greatest. So probably pursuing them might not be, fruitful. Yeah, we can't even see them, so they're probably beyond that ridge. Okay, so I hear something just up ahead here. I don't see anything yet. I'm thinking they're probably over that ridge. Because usually when you hear that sound that an animal is around, you have at least, maybe I would say, what, 200 to 300 meters out. So as long as you keep that in mind, you kind of have a gauge as to how far these animals are the first time you hear them. Because as you walk, you're going to get clues in increments. I believe it's in increments of 3. You're going to get the first at about 200 to 300 meters, maybe 100 and something meters, and then maybe like 40 meters as you approach the animals or the herds. So as long as you track the first initial sound, you can kind of have a gauge as to the proximity or kind of plan your approach. So everything just seems to be to my left. So we got a nice wolf out there. Seems to be by himself. Okay, I think I see the herd. Or is that a rock? Yeah, that's the herd. So they're about what? Yeah, about 300 meters out. Give or take. So we're going to try to approach them unless there's something sort of in between. I know over there some bisons usually come to drink. We got some caribou coming down into this little ravine here. We're going to see what's happening with these wolves. So when you really slow the game down like this and you hunt very slow, there's a chance that you're going to shoot animals less, you know, because you're really moving methodical. You're taking your time. It's a relaxing hunt. You're not rushing around. So there are going to be scenarios where you're going to be shooting maybe one animal an hour. Could be half an hour. All depends on your playstyle. So this is my playstyle, you know, just taking things very slow. And it's a beautiful experience. It's relaxing. And I can really approach animals, even the toughest animals you can approach. But you gotta have extreme patience. And it's a beautiful thing when you can stalk and approach your animals the way you want to. Because you're gonna have to improvise depending how they're positioned. But as long as you're taking your time, you have the upper hand on these animals. So animals like wolves and bisons and stuff who has really, really high senses. With extreme caution, you can actually sneak upon them. So we got this herd here, and I think they're walking away from us. We'll be heading into the hills here. We're gonna still try to pursue them, see where they go. Gonna keep tabs on the distance. Because these are very, very sensitive animals. So they're coming back my way. So I'm just going to sit tight and see how that works. If you take a look at our wind, we're doing really good. I did a wolf study a while back, which I have to make a video on, but we were able to tell gender. I can't remember what to look for at the top of my head right now, but we're going to wing it and see if I remember correctly. So we were able to tell gender. Again, we can't really tell maturity with these animals, but we can at least tell the gender by the way the wolf looks, like where the belly area is and the neck. The fur is different. So as you stop, you want to listen out for footsteps, kind of get a feel for where the animals are going, what they're doing. But since you can't get eyes on them, you gotta use your senses. Just stop, look, and listen. So I don't know what these guys are doing, if they're moving to our right. So as the animals are howling, that's your gauge as you approach the animal. If you would notice that while they're howling, if you were to move a bit too aggressively, you're going to get that call where they know that you're around. But as long as you take it slow and you have extreme patience, you can be very successful at stalking animals. So it seems like they're drinking here. So I try my best not to move while they're howling, but when they're making noise. So we got some eyes on one of them here. Looks pretty small. I just want to get to a point where I can sit long enough so I can observe them at a very safe distance. To try to judge gender, to see what we're dealing with here. So we got 4 of them in this herd so far that I can see. I can't get a side view, so I can't really tell which is which. So I think it's a female right here. And you can tell by her belly on the side. But this one looks a little bit bigger than the rest. That could be one of the males. That was a female at first, but I'm thinking that could be one of the males. But I'm looking for that here just under the neck and I'm not really seeing it. So this could be a male coming right here because I can see the underbelly. I don't think that pattern is not really visible. We're going to see if our judgment is correct. I'm not sure where they're heading, if they're trying to come up on this ridge or what. That looks like the female, but again, I can't be sure. I need to see it from a better angle, which I don't have. And I don't want to move too much because we're really going to be pushing the boundaries here. So we're just going to have to wait. Kind of hold our grounds a little bit. Getting a nice broadside. Let's have a look. So if you see the base where the hind legs sort of meet the tummy, you can see that there's a little pattern there. That's more pronounced on the females. The males sort of have more of a flat belly, if you want to say so. So I can say these are probably young males. But we're going to take a chance. We're going to see what this guy is. That was a beautiful shot. Yeah, be down. That could very well be like a double lung. But we'll see. So I did make a chart and I'm going to have to insert that probably in my next video. That I hunt wolves. So we can actually see how we can judge them, at least the gender. I mean, it's not much to go on as far as telling age, but at least we have something. Every little bit of info helps on Ranger because so much relies on visual and such, you know? Whatever little advantage you can get to judge, we want to gain some knowledge on that. So we're thinking this is a male, but we'll see if we're correct. We'll really take a look and see what we're dealing with. Because we don't really have any genitals to work with. So 79 meters out, we destroyed both those lungs. That was a beautiful shot. That bullet drifted, I think, because of the wind. But that was a nice shot. So we were right. That was a male. Young male at 62%. And if you look at what I'm saying here by the base of the tummy there, where it meets the hind legs, it's very flat. And if we can get a female, you know, in the future, I'll show you the difference of that too. But the males have a very flat tummy. Your necks are a little bit more thicker than the females. So that's over the cap here. So that's 62%. That wouldn't be enough to really mess up my bell curve as far as my genetics are concerned, but I don't want to shoot too many of those over time because that will destroy my genetic pool, my genetic rating. So our wind is still good. We got some caribous we can go hunt here. I'm not sure what direction they're at, but I'm thinking that they're somewhere over this ridge. So as you can see, sneaking up on wolves is not a problem. It's all about moving extremely slow, having that patience, coming into their position. You don't want to be caught running or moving too fast coming into that position. You want to be able to approach the game in a way that you have the advantage at least most of the time. Because as long as the animals know that you're around, it's really hard to adjust, and it really makes your hunt a lot tougher. So if you come in slow, you come in with a plan, you'll find that you're going to be a whole lot more successful. And the game really opens up, right? When you really start slowing things down and really thinking about how you're moving. It just feels good. It feels natural. It's very immersive. Pulls you into the experience. So I did hear some animals this way. I'm hoping that's the caribou. But I'm hearing them to my right. Yeah, it's probably that bear I'm hearing. That was to our left here. That first initial sound. I'm not sure if I want to pursue him, but that all depends where he's at. So this fella seems to be by himself. Let's get a closer look. Yeah, those antlers are looking very good. So he's probably a young guy. So we can probably leave him alone. Actually, those antlers look... they're not that great, actually. One is thicker than the other. I'm thinking he's a young male. Okay, so this bear is all the way over here. After seeing that caribou, I'm thinking maybe we should just check for the bear. We can probably just let him grow. But let's try and pursue this bear and see what we can get on him. So I'm not sure if this bear is coming here to drink. I'm not too sure if he drinks by this ravine here, but I don't think I have his zone yet. Yeah, so he's just up on that ridge. I'm not sure if it's just one or two of them. I gotta be careful for my approach because I'm not sure if they're coming my way or not. So I can hear the movement, I can hear the footsteps. So I'm not sure if they're moving to our left here, but they seem to be stationary. So we just got our first sound cue. So I'm going to give myself at least, let's say about 200 meters. So we got some brush here, so we got some kind of cover. So it seems like our sun is setting. Not too sure what time it is. So hopefully we can catch them before dark or sunset. So we got some moose just ahead of us also. So we got some options here. So I'm not hearing our bears anymore. Things have gotten very quiet. Okay, so there they are. That sun is setting, so darkness will be upon us very soon. So I guess whatever we encounter first, we will take. For some reason, those bears sound like they're far. We got a nice young moose here. Those antlers look pretty decent. He looks fairly young. Seems like just the two of them. I could take the risk and take this guy down because the antlers looks okay, but you can tell that they're very uneven. So I think we'll do that. Let's take a chance here. Let's see what distance we're working with. About 200 meters out. Let me get a little bit closer. Just because of the wind and I'm using a 7mm, I want to get some decent penetration here. So too bad that bear hunt didn't really work out. They went more to our left over here, which is not good for wind. Okay, so we're about 77 meters out. Let's take a chance here. I think I went too high on that shoulder. But I think we got him. That didn't look good at all, but I think we got him. Yeah, and he's down. Holy cow. Because that initial shot didn't look good. I think I went a little bit on the shoulder. So I'm thinking, did I get like a double lung? Very curious about that. Because he didn't go far. Yeah, that was some good blood, man. And that's what I saw. This antler, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, we gotta take a chance on him. It's 179 meters out. We got a nice right lung. Yep, so just a little bit out of range for like a nice double lung. It's usually 150 or less. That's where I like to shoot from. But you can see the antlers. Perfect. We got a 40% adult. That's good. So judgment was great. That's a pretty nice rack he has there. But that was some good judgment. It's a good judgment call because at first I thought he's young, we just gonna leave him maybe. He has potential, but when I saw that right side, I was like, wait. That's really thicker than the other one, like it's totally different. So I know we had a low gen on our hand here. That's a very nice, unique rack. So that's a 40% adult. He was 155. Yeah, that's awesome. So we'll take it. And there's the bears. Yeah, so they were all in the open out here. Oh, that was an awesome hunt. We were able to take down a wolf. We tried to get some bears, but they pretty much didn't work out. Those guys that ran off there. But we took down a moose, and that was awesome. Did some really nice stalking. And again, you can see how you can get really close to these wolves and some animals because it's just a matter of having patience. I always try to approach the game from a very slow, methodical standpoint. And you're going to have a lot of fun. It's very immersive. And you can't go wrong. So let me know what you think in the comments. Until the next time, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.